T-7-ish, the last remaining 2 broadcasts out of wrap as of yesterday, the straight path and on nobody's side. With that, the Seers have said their lot. They are at rest. Whatever fuel there was in their particular framings has been combusted to a sufficient point. So that's that. From here on forth, for the times in the immediate horizon ahead, it's just me unto me again, wherever I may roam with whatever free flow retrospects, whatever that I may wish and have clear takes on that unto myself. It's not that there is a massive demand for clarity in the world, is there? People in their tunnels, they don't really care about anything. Suppose that was one of the more significant disillusionments, in a manner of speaking, in this whole process, throughout its phases, like very anciently in 1112, the Suspiro era. Okay, it was kind of rambly and quirky around the edges, but there was some clear substance in there. But no. And as I let it all be, 12 years down the road, 13, what have we start again with the first era. Longer form, actually reasonably well-rounded insights in there, if I say so. I took my time prepping them. No, too much. Second era, into a more digestible tuning, looking for the flows. Not really. Third era, diversification, clarity, distinct framings, concerned domains, and onward into what might have been the fourth era that was never declared as such, the systemic umbrella, the emergence rolling out of the ecosystem, until the thematic clusters, the islands. I'm still yet to wrap it in the repo, but you know, like ancient alien is, right? It's not that it's profoundly unclear, it's just that people really do not wish to see. Veiled is their vision, muffled is their hearing, by subject veils reactivity. So just the depth of all of that struck me. Yeah, we know about Maya illusion, whatever, right? Avidya, blah blah, but the actual lengths and depths of basically a reality denial going on, even when it's right in your face. No. So that's all fascinating. There's also the simple, obvious fact that, like, whatever I do this because that's what I do, there were plenty of seers and sayers with their sees and says, and the seesaw went on for its time to a point where enough of my fuels were burned for an equilibrium, basically, with hopes that a good result would follow, not for me, but as in people gaining something from it. But if they pass through the first 10 seconds and maybe even all the way, they might land with a package that maybe amounted to something, but that really doesn't seem to be happening like at all, with literally like 5 exceptions of the hundreds of broadcasts. It boggles the mind. It's fantastic. Right, and the simple fact is that that level of post-production that I put into it in order to make it more attractive, more approachable, more attuned to the vibe of what's going on, that's easily the lion's share of the time that I put into all of these drops. If there is no echo from there. From that, if it doesn't actually help mediate, if it doesn't serve as an entry path, and if the fact is that those who really actually want to know, see, learn, hear, whatever, interact, even just like face reality and whatever, produce that emerges from reality unveiled, they don't really care about the format. Anyways, they are essentialists to begin with. So, pointless time put into post-production. I've done more than my fair share of it at this point, and I have no need to continue doing that as a mere matter of happy video editing hobbyist. I do it quick and dirty to reasonable production standards, and that's that. But you know that. Right, so yeah, that is that. Still some post-prod to do on the remaining reels of the remaining days. T-7, right? That's ish where we are here with the materials in the stash. It's all canned in the editor, pending last edit, some of them just pending subs, transcripts, and then it's all done and done, right? Excellent. That's the first foundation, that's the loom, and that's the measure of that. And that's where it shall stand for the time being. I'll do whatever tinkering, updates, mostly along the lines of creating associative interlinks between things in the existing materials. But beyond that, new publishings. Well, here we are. This is that. That's the measure of it, and the amount of time and energy that I will pour into something that is not neither received nor supported by the potential audiences, right? So, obviously the secondary produce continues, kernel drops, whatever, in the shortcuts and compiling anthologies. Guess I have to record the bridges at some point and get those edited into a more decent shape into legacy formats that I can drop to the... Hey! There's forest fowls in here. It's very interesting. Yeah, so there's a bit of that, but just the bridges really that need to be edited. The rest of it is straightforward. Uncut, compile, slab it up, do the subs, done. And these will also have, as in what's in here, get the subs done, go into whether they go in the main repo or separate. I have no idea at this point, take it as it comes. So, wrapping up there. Right, PS, and any one of you poor buggers with a big heart watching this one, my note on support, you really don't need to worry about it. Please don't try and squeeze something from your little, put your pennies where they count more. For me, I don't need those. What we need for future to unfold in the production world is something, well, basically sustainable patronship and a living, engaged context that is developed, and until that is a reality, it's yeah, well, it doesn't really amount to much with the trickle streams, right? So, you know, it's all good. Just be happy in your vision, in your presence, in your abiding in truth, and you know, that's the measure of that. Do good for others, reconcile where conflicts remain. That's all. That's the best you can do. And that's where we took the final solemn scene, escape known from clear takes, right? But also doubled for the FYI. Finale notes, the words that shall stand. Well, they do, right? So, now, actual rap. Keep it real. Or like, whatever, right?